Welcome to this video walkthrough on subqueries. What are subqueries? Subqueries are queries within a query. SQL allows us to embed one query within another query. We can use subqueries to perform a variety of different types of operations. Let's take a look at an example of how a subquery is written. Let's take, for example, a very simple question. We are currently using the text database, and we have the table share. We can see that we have 10 shares, and each share has a share price. Let's say we wish to answer the question, what are the names of the shares where the share price is greater than the average share price? It sounds like a very simple question. We want the names of shares where the share price is greater than the average share price. Well, one question you might ask is, how do you calculate the average? Well, we know that to calculate the average share price, we would write something like select average SHR price from the table share, and we would get a result. We can see that the result, for instance, is this number 33.7040. Well, basically, we want those shares whose share price is greater than this average. So one way to do this would be to say select SHR firm, and in fact, let's print out SHR price as well, from share where the share price is greater than 33.7040. Now, if I ran this query will run successfully, and we can see that we have 6 shares whose price is greater than this average. However, this query is incomplete. This query is not sufficient. And there is a problem with this query. What would the problem with this query potentially be? What if, for instance, I picked up another 10 different shares? Well, that is going to change the average share price. Subsequently, that's going to change the number that I'm going to be using in line 15. And so, to avoid constantly changing this fixed value that we have in the where clause, we use, instead of the number, we use this thing called a subquery. We use the query that gives us this number. So instead of 33.7040, we can use this query, select average share price from share right here. And so what we have is one query, and within this larger query, we have a subquery, and this subquery returns to us that one number, right? And so it doesn't matter if there are more shares or fewer shares, this subquery calculates the average share price for that table. And so if we run this query, we get the very same result, the 6 rows, right? But this query then allows us a little bit more flexibility in using this query. Now, subqueries can be used in a variety of different places, and some of these different places where subqueries can be used will be talked about subsequently. This concludes our walkthrough of the use of simple subquery. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.